What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another video here in Wicked Garage. You can see where we left off in the last video. We got the side skirts on, the rear panel, as well as the headache rack, all pretty much situated. So before we get into this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and you're enjoying the content, and smash the like button. Really helps out, pushes the videos out a little bit more. I hope you're enjoying this series. I hope you're enjoying the videos lately. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so as you see, we got the corners all in. Everything's welded up on the driver's side, obviously besides the headache rack. Didn't get that far yet because I have to get the ladder out, and I'll do that last anyway. I also ran out of the spatter spray, so I didn't want to start going crazy and then getting all the beads and everything jammed up on the diamond plate. So looking pretty good. The only thing that we have to do, we just wire wheeled everything right after we were done. We just have to hit it with the grinder. Obviously there's some balls that melted in, and we have to cut off and finish this because I just made it a little bit oversized because I didn't know how big I was going to go with it. So that's no big deal. We'll cut that off, match it with the other side, and it'll be all said and done and good. All right, everything is fully welded out. The spacing for the slats is 2 inches for the boards. As you can see, we'll seam seal all the seams that are all open and everything, just to give it the best chance possible. And the welding is, like I said, all done. Underneath is done. Got everything drilled out. We just got to get these to 3/4 and drill out the holes for the filler neck bezel. That goes right here. Then we'll be good. So we're probably gonna come in tomorrow and just clean everything up, finish drilling everything out, and wire wheel everything, grind everything, get everything looking very nice. But other than that, we're pretty much done. And then it can get sanded, painted, and out the door. So as you can see, everything is a lot more scuffed up, vibrant. You can see the cross hatchings, the scales off of them. What I did was to prep this, I used a fiber disc, and then I moved on to the wire wheel. Now make sure you get this kind of wire wheel, but you can also get the smaller one if you want to have a more stiff wire wheel and get in like all the grooves and everything a little bit better. This sort of fans out a little bit, but I would not recommend the braided or twist wire wheel cups. They don't work too well at getting into the grooves and everything like these do. We're gonna move on to the next part, which is taking these nylon abrasive wheels and pretty much just going to put it on the drill like I have right there. And then we're going to go over to get all the grooves inside and get it all prepped and scuffed so that we have the best chance for this material to bond pretty much. But before we do that, we're going to wipe everything down, and then we'll do that so that we're not pushing any oil into the actual steel itself. But yeah, so we're going to wipe this down, and then we're going to go over it with the abrasive wheel and pretty much wipe it down again, and we'll be ready for some seam sealer and then finally paint. So let's get back into it. Alright guys, as you can see, we got the bed all painted the direct to metal gloss black. Obviously it's not staying like this, but this is one of the options when I do paint these. It's usually just a direct to metal gloss black. I painted it pretty heavy underneath. It dried very well. There's some drips here and there, but under here I'm not worried. I'd rather have more paint on here than anything, especially since this is going to be a salt body and it's going to be out during the winter. And then we had a little bit of runs come down. It was a little colder last night, and it didn't really want to stay where that was, so I just sanded it down real quick and roughed it up and tried to get it as flat as possible. Now we're going to be raptor lining this, so it's going to create a texture over it, and that's not going to be a problem. So we're just going to throw everything pretty much raptor lined on here. So we're gonna pretty much raptor line this whole body and get it all done on the outside. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the forklift, because obviously you don't want to step on this. It's still sort of tacky, but you can actually put your finger on it and everything, it won't stick to it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the forklift over it so that I can get up there and get everything pretty much raptor lined up there. So we're gonna do that, and then yeah. All right, guys, I just got done with the first coat of the raptor liner. As you can see, it's a lot doled out now. That's because there's actual raptor liner on it. I run the raptor liner for at least the first coat out of the HV-LP gun. You can get them at Harbor Freight, especially since you're probably not going to want to clean these when it's done. It's going to be too much of a pain in the butt. Stuff dries pretty fast, so it's just going to be a throwaway gun pretty much. Other than that, I mean, if you want this type of texture, then just reduce it about 10% or so, and and then you should be good. Obviously, it's a urethane based product, so use like urethane reducer, and then just make sure you're wearing any type of protection for, you know, painting or anything like that. So all right, guys, as you can see, we got the marker lights on the driver's side done. What I had to do, I was having some problems with that Part Sam harness. These harnesses, I found that this little run right here was causing me issues and not being able to connect to the back, so only had the two front ones. What I did was I went until I found which one was dead, and then cut that off, and then I just ended up splicing in a new one. And then same thing there, running another line over to there. And yeah, so now these all work properly. These are gonna go up to the top, and then under here you can see what is going on. So I got them hooked up. Obviously it's a little loosey-goosey, but it's no big deal. Up here, it's hard to see, but I pretty much cut right here, if you can see, and then just spliced another wire in, put a connector in the middle, and then spliced another wire again to the rest of them. So everything is good now. We're gonna do the same on the other one. This is probably my main issue I had when I was messing around with my truck on actually last night, and it just didn't work, and I ran a whole harness piece. So I think that you're getting, you know, for the amount of money, it still doesn't make sense that there's going to be bad ones in there, but I'm sure there is. My uncle likes to cut them up and just do individuals and splice them in and pretty much solder them together. That's the absolute best way, but I figured the less connections the better. But unfortunately, I still ran into a problem, and now we shouldn't have any issues with this. So everything else works. I checked everything, and now we're gonna jump to the next area once we get back here. But first we're gonna do the same thing that we did on this side, on the passenger side, and get that all done, so that all we have to do is wire up the top lights as well as the rear lights, and we should be done. So yeah, stay tuned.